Have you ever stopped to think about what true wealth really is? Well, today we're going to dive into a pretty amazing ancient folktale that has a really surprising answer to that very question.
Seriously, where does it come from? Is it just luck, or pure hard work, or is it something else entirely? This story, from way back in China's Han Dynasty, has a pretty wild take. It's all about a god who doesn't just give you treasure, he collects it, and in the most unexpected way you can imagine. So let's set the scene. Our story starts with this couple, Chang Shusen and his wife, Lin Shi. And in their village, they were basically known for two things, being incredibly poor and being incredibly kind. And that was the great paradox of their whole existence. They had next to nothing. A roof that leaked, a single pot that was broken, one coat that was more patches than fabric. And yet, if they only had one single bowl of porridge to their name, they'd give half of it to a stray animal without even thinking about it. This was basically their life's motto. Lin Shi would actually say this while she was stitching yet another patch onto that old coat. For them, it was simple. Even if you don't have a single material thing, you can still be rich in your heart, rich in your kindness.
Well, all that kindness didn't go unnoticed. High up above, a certain deity was watching them, and he decided, okay, it's time to put this reputation of theirs to the ultimate test. And that deity was Cao Bao, the god of wealth for the West Road. Now, his job is really unique. He doesn't just, snap his fingers and make gold coins appear. His whole divine purpose is to gather all the precious virtues in the world. We're talking kindness, honesty, goodwill, and then he literally transforms those virtues into actual physical fortune. So picture this. It's the coldest night of the year. Snow is just dumping down outside, and suddenly, there's a knock. Chang Shusen opens the door, and there's this frail old man just shivering in the cold. Of course, he invites him right in. This man, naturally, was Cao Bao in disguise, just calling himself Lao Kao. Immediately, the couple gives the stranger their last little bit of porridge to help him warm up. But what does he do? He spits it out, complaining that it's too thin. Then he starts making these absolutely impossible demands. He wants fine white rice and rich red stewed pork. This is stuff this poor couple probably hadn't even seen in years. And this was just the beginning of their ordeal. See, Lao Kao wasn't just some rude, ungrateful guest. He was there to give them 3 very specific tests, all designed to find out if their kindness was the real deal. And these 3 trials were going to push them to their absolute limits, testing their selflessness, their integrity, and their pure commitment to helping a stranger no matter what. So, to pass that first test, Chang Shusen heads out into the blizzard and trades his entire bundle of winter firewood, their only source of heat, mind you, for just a tiny scrap of meat and a bowl of rice. They cook it all up, give it all to Lao Kao, and don't take a single bite for themselves, even as their own stomachs were rumbling. Okay, so after he finishes eating, Lao Kao moves on to test number 2. He pulls out this beautiful, glistening black pearl and tells Chang Shusen to go pawn it for some cash. But Chang Shusen flat out refuses. He says it must be a precious family heirloom. Instead of taking the money, he just offers the stranger a warm place to stay for as long as he needs. Just an act of pure integrity. For the final and toughest test, Lao Kao pretends to get seriously ill the next day. He demands a rare, super expensive medicine from a town that's a 2-day journey away. Without a single moment of hesitation, Chang Shusen pawns their very last quilt and walks for 2 full days and 2 full nights through the snow just to get it. So when a completely exhausted Chang Shusen finally makes it back with the medicine, he pushes open the door to his home and finds that everything has totally changed. The raggedy old man was gone, and in his place stood this magnificent deity, wearing robes trimmed with gold and holding a treasure basin. He reveals his true identity, Na Jian Tianzun, the treasure-gathering heavenly venerable. It was Cao Bao himself. And he told the shocked couple that they had passed his final test. And then, with just a wave of his hand, their reward appeared. Their old broken pot suddenly turned into solid gold. Their empty grain jar started overflowing with rice. And for the grand finale, he gave them control over all the trade routes in the region, basically guaranteeing they'd be prosperous for the rest of their lives. But the story doesn't just end with them striking it rich. The real reward, the most important part, was the lesson that Cao Bao taught them next. He explained what his title, Treasure Gatherer, really means. It's not about collecting gold or silver or jewels. The real treasure in the world, the stuff worth gathering, is the trust, the kindness, and the goodwill that flows between people. That is where all lasting wealth comes from.
And Chang Xiaoxin and Lin Shi, they took that lesson completely to heart. They used their new fortune to open a charity, helping out talented young people who were too poor to chase their dreams, and taking care of the elderly who had no one else. They didn't just become the wealthiest family in the region, they became the most beloved.
When he was an old man, Cheng Shu-shin had this quote carved into a stone tablet for everyone to see. It was really the ultimate lesson from the god of wealth, a powerful reminder that true prosperity, it starts from within.
So what does this ancient story really mean for us now? Well, the reason it's stuck around for so long is because of its powerful message about where fortune actually comes from. It's the whole reason why, during the new year, so many people still pay their respects to Cao Bao.
At the end of the day, this story is a pretty profound reminder. It suggests that maybe what we call luck or unexpected fortune isn't random at all. Maybe, just maybe, it's the universe's way of rewarding long-term, consistent, selfless kindness. The ultimate lesson is pretty clear, right? If you want to gather treasure into your life, you have to first be a treasure for others.